A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant announcement that could reshape the landscape of the automotive industry, President Donald Trump declared a sweeping 25% tariff on all imported cars and car parts during a televised address from the Oval Office. This move, which marks a dramatic increase from the current 2.5% tariff, is aimed at revitalizing American manufacturing and compelling foreign automakers to establish production facilities within the United States. Trump stated, "What we're going to be doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, it's absolutely not tariff." The president emphasized that this policy is already beginning to yield positive results, claiming that businesses are returning to the U.S. to avoid the impending tariffs. He criticized media coverage of the policy, asserting that it has not been accurately reported and labeling the decision as a massive story. The new tariff will impact all imported vehicles, regardless of their country of origin, unless they are manufactured domestically. Analysts are warning that this policy shift could have far-reaching consequences across the automotive supply chain, potentially leading to increased vehicle prices, alterations in global production strategies, and strained international trade relations. As this story develops, it remains to be seen how these tariffs will affect American consumers and the global market. Trump's announcement comes amid a backdrop of ongoing tensions in Washington, particularly following the recent signal security breach. While Trump was focused on his tariffs, the fallout from the breach had many in the Capitol discussing issues of national security. The president's tariff-centric economic agenda has already seen previous tariffs imposed on Chinese goods, steel, aluminum, and other imports from Canada and Mexico. The United Auto Workers Union has expressed support for the new tariffs, suggesting they could create more job opportunities for American workers. However, there are concerns among analysts that the tariffs could lead to higher costs for American car manufacturers who rely on imported parts, ultimately resulting in increased prices for consumers. In a related context, the automotive industry is bracing for potential shifts in production strategies as companies reassess their supply chains in light of the new tariffs. The announcement has drawn swift condemnation from international leaders, including Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, who labeled it a direct attack on Canadian workers. The implications of these tariffs are expected to reverberate throughout the automotive sector, with shares of major automakers like General Motors and Stellantis experiencing declines following the announcement. As Trump prepares to implement these tariffs on April 2nd, a day he has dubbed Liberation Day, he is expected to unveil a broader range of reciprocal tariffs targeting imported goods. This move is part of a larger strategy to address what he perceives as unfair trade practices by the U.S.'s trading partners. Despite Trump's optimistic outlook, many economists are raising alarms about the potential for increased prices across the nation, with some studies estimating that blanket tariffs could raise car prices by as much as $12,000. As the automotive industry and consumers await the full impact of these tariffs, the broader implications for international trade relationships in the U.S. economy remain uncertain. The fallout from this announcement will be closely monitored as both domestic and foreign stakeholders assess their next steps in response to the new tariff regime. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.